Russel Simmons.
H. Holmes, I love that. What's going on? What are we talking about? We talk about God, consciousness, chicks, what?
Well, here's what we're going to...
The funny thing is, on the air, we're talking about all this like spiritual stuff, and then off the air, it's just like it's like the R-rated version of the conversation.
I don't know. Listen, I don't really feel... it's only God. And I think that the first thing we have to learn is to be connected and to appreciate each other and love each other, and that's the practice. And then I think we should enjoy and always do things that we think will lift people up, and practice goodness, exude goodness, and respect Mother Earth and everything on it. And that's a practice. I mean, so I'm not so worried about language. And I think as a single guy, it's okay to look at girls. Well, I don't want to be like a sexist pig or whatever that is, whatever. But I mean.
But
I'm
that's
practicing.
Relative.
We're all practicing.
But that's relative anyway, Russell.
And I think I told you that. I think with Lord Buddha, like right before God, I don't think I said anything too foul off the air.
No, my point.
I can sleep after what I talked about. Right away, I go. In fact, I can go sleep right now in the middle of. Haven't been able to sleep. I've been working. But I can go sleep right now.
But here's the thing. What you said off air wasn't bad, but the government says it is. I mean, because we have FCC rules. But
Snoop Dogg has a good response to them. Eat it.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what I meant by that? Because rock and roll, eat it, right?
Well, I want to bring you back because when we had you on for the phone interview, here's how that went down. We talked about the whole Don Imus and this subject. This is what I do for a living, and so I took a little. I took a little umbrage at the fact that I feel myself as much of an artist at what I do because I'm not a journalist, and neither is Don Imus.
Do whatever you want. Say whatever. Why don't you say it now? Say it.
Well, because Russell, it's not my shtick. It's not what I do. But at the same time, Russell, I would say it if there is there a reason.
I say it all the time.
But why should I at this point? Because you're asking me to.
I'm just playing.
I know, but Russell, here's the thing. Now, Russell, you're an artist. It's not about. I've said it before.
Man.
Well, we've said it plenty of times. My point is this.
You said it. Say it again.
No,
but why do you want me to say it again?
I want you to stop saying it.
Well, that's what. All right. So then, first, do you want me to say it or not say it? I mean,
No, what I meant was on the radio and mainstream radio. It's probably in the morning not good because kids are on their way to school and it's a simple thing. A statement. Mostly, it was a statement really about hip hop. It was about not because the words shouldn't be used, but because on mainstream radio in the mornings, maybe we could make a statement as executives, not as artists, that we don't want to give this to the children in the morning on mainstream radio. That's all. It had nothing to do with changing the artist's expression. We're probably discussing whether Don Imus should have a job, which I think is fine. He should get his job back. He's been embarrassed. Maybe he'll be careful and not be. But you understand there is a difference. There is a dramatic difference between having the kind of position and saying the kind of things he says and some poet somewhere. I really think it's a big difference.
Don Imus is a clown. He's a buffoon just like I am. We're court jesters. It's not like Stone Phillips.
But a corporation may not want to
Couric.
support all of his expressions about Jews, about Arabs, about black
I get
people.
that.
That's a different thing. And so rappers, one thing we know about rappers, they may exude our violence. And they may say a lot of stuff that reminds us of our misogyny, and they may do a lot of stuff. But one thing we know is that Eminem and 50 Cent see themselves as the same. And one thing we know for sure is that rappers don't exude racism. Almost never, almost ever. And so even if they use the N-word, they certainly ain't being a racist. So that's something that when Run DMC got MTV, there wasn't no black people at all, period. None.
Hold on a second. What about that song about that dude? Who's the guy that says slap a white boy? Are you sure about that? There are no rappers that are racist?
No, I shouldn't say no rappers. I meant in general, the rap phenomena is something that's connected people, not in terms of race.
Oh,
Dramatic.
I see what you mean.
It's done a big step forward in connecting people has come from this culture. So I don't think it's in terms of race. And I'm the chairman of the Foundation for Ethnic Understanding. Rabbi Snaya, who's the chairman of the World Jewish Congress, is the president. And we do a lot of research on this. And this next generation is a lot less racist. That's a fact. And more optimistic about connecting and that race is not such a divider for them. That's just the research shows that.
I got, and I know
rap has a lot to do with it, I think.
Well,
hip-hop culture.
Has a lot to do with what? Connecting?
Connecting people and also knocking down the walls regarding race.
That's very interesting because I don't know if everybody would agree with that. I mean, and I'm not saying it's not true.
Well, the rap fans would agree with that.
Yeah. Well,
people are listening.
Well, the rap
MTV would agree with that.
And I was connecting people to like outside of the African American community. Is that what you mean?
I think Eminem and 50 Cent,
a
trailer park and a project. where people had been mostly disconnected, which is very sad because they all suffer from the same lack of support and education and opportunity and so forth, right? But they see themselves as the same and that's a very big difference from the previous generation.
Now, that's a good point. Do you really think that is true? Because I agree with you, because it's more about economics, those two.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
but I'm saying, but the actual seeing each other the same.
That's what I'm saying.
Young people do.
Do you think that's happening? Because that'd be a great thing. Because I've said it before.
True. You're right. Research says it. It's true.
Oh, that's awesome.
We got strong research saying that.
The whole Hurricane Katrina thing, I kept saying this wasn't black or white. This was about rich, poor. It's like George Bush doesn't care about black people. I don't think he cares about poor people.
No, he doesn't care about poor people. That's for sure. And you're right. But on TV, when you watch it, we have to wonder if the adults are still not disconnected regarding race on dramatic levels and all kinds of proof. We talk about licking our own wounds, but we never mention the 3,000 Africans that died in the last few hours, preventable deaths. All they need is some water. Or maybe some of these pills. My brother Bobby Thrive and Bono have this. This is their red bracelet.
So you're talking about now? You're talking about
attached to this bracelet.
Yeah,
that's all they need. Of course, less than 50 cents. They need this pill, and they died, and we could have saved them, and we don't spend it.
And why do you need that
nothing.
pill? What's in that pill that they could?
This is the antiviral drug. That's what it's supposed to be.
Oh, I got what I see what you're saying. Right.
So, but the point I'm making is no, we could do more to save. And if they were, it's true that this is sad now. I'm gonna tell you, research also. If they were French, we wouldn't allow 3,000 people to die in the last couple of hours because we didn't. And so there is this disconnect, and race does matter still worldwide. But I'm saying this next generation is better than we were by far. So, and rap has something to do with that.
Let me just say this about the book. The book, if you want to be anything in your life at all, I don't care what it is, whether you have goals just to make a lot of money or goals to be a good person, this book can help you because you go to somebody who knows how to do what you want to do. That's the secret to anything in life, is find people who know what you want to know. And Russel Simmons is a great example of somebody who knows a lot about success. That's why you want this book. Whether you want to be spiritual, whether you're an atheist, this book can help you on either one of those paths. That's why you got to buy it. Russell, anytime you were in this area, you're welcome to be on the show because you and I could go. We could do another 2 hours. I know we could.
Yep, I enjoy it too. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
My pleasure. And by the way, Big Mike, if you're ever in town, come on back because I think we could do a show with Big Mike. As a matter of fact,
hell yeah! I want to hear more of Mike's stories.
Off air, Big Mike had some stuff, So I tell you what, Russell,
what's
bring
that
back
called? A black light? What is it?
Yeah,
DNA.
He's got.
I got to tell you something. Big Mike could sell black lights for you. You can make a little franchise out of that deal. The bottom line is if you're ever going out on a date, make sure you bring a black light just to make sure that that she's the one and the only.
Know.
Or if you've been away from your girl for a while.
What are you gonna not do it?
Yeah. It's just gonna make it that much more awkward once you get it going.
That's a very good point. You're gonna shut the black light off. Go. I didn't see anything. Never mind.
Ooh.
So Russel Simmons, again, the book is called Do You. It's a great, great book. I mean, Donald Trump did the forward. Donald's had a great life himself. So really, you want to be something, you want to do something, you want to be better than you were yesterday and better tomorrow than you are today. This is a great book to show you how if you're looking for a way to do it. Russel Simmons, Do You. Thank you, Russell, so much.
It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, we'll be back with more on The Rock.
I just want to say that, Steve, I hate to say it, but Russell Simmons is actually a little bit more attractive than you.
Oh, thanks. Really appreciate it. Let's see.
And
you're an ugly dude if that's the case.
Here's the problem. The problem is I wouldn't want to have to run a black light over Russell, so I'm not going to do that because I don't know what that's going to bring me. Thank you so much. Pleasure, sir. Thank you.
The BJ Shea Morning Experience on 99.9 KISW.